Hello and welcome to the London International Shipping Week 2021 virtual platform. For all those that have registered to the event, they will be able to access the platform and log in. Once they log in, they will have access to all of the information that they need for the entire week. So as you can see on the home page, we have some different buttons down here, which the information is hosted behind. The buttons are also replicated up here for easy navigation. If I scroll down, there'll be some sponsor information and logos. So to start with, we have the sponsors tab. So again, this will host all of the sponsor information here, categorized into whichever category they're part of. If you click on one of them, it will then take you to a profile, which will have some more information about that particular company, some social media and contact details. They will also be able to bookmark this company if it's one that they're particularly interested in, which will be saved to another area of the app, which I will show you shortly. The community button, this will host all of the attendees that have registered to the main London International Shipping Week event. So they'll be able to browse through all the attendees, they'll be able to click on their name, which will then lead them to that attendee's profile. So there'll be a biography, there'll be some meeting slots available. So if they want to have a formal meeting with that person, they can select a date and time of interest. Select the virtual meeting location because this will enable them to have a video call together and send a message to that person. Other individual will then receive that meeting request, which they can choose to either accept or decline. If they don't want to have a formal meeting with that individual, they can just send a connection request here. So they can send a short message explaining why they want to connect with them, and that other person will then receive a notification saying that someone wants to connect with them, and again they can choose to accept or decline this. If they do accept it, this is when the contact details between the two of them are shared, so that they have these, they can take it offline, they can still of course chat and speak through our chat function within the platform as well, but they will have the other contact details such as phone number and email address or whatever they have chosen to share within their profile. For the My Event tab, this is when any meetings that have been scheduled, their networking, so their connection requests, and any bookmark companies, this is where all of that will be hosted. So it's their personalized area of the app where everything is kept together for them to refer to at any time. Now we have the events calendar here as well, and this will show all of the events taking place across the week. So we've got the different days here at the top for them to browse through. We also have filters as well. So for example, event categories. If I just wanted to see any of the free events taking place across the week, I can just select that, and then that will filter it automatically for me. So it just makes things, all of the different events, a lot more easily searchable for the attendees. So for each of the events, you can click on them. This will have some more information about that particular event. And if it's something that as an attendee, I would want to attend, I would have to register for that. So a link to the URL for that registration page will be visible at the top here, which is clickable and will take me directly to the registration page. So in this case, it's Eventbrite, and I will then be able to register easily for that particular event. Once that person's registered, that means that they will then have access to that particular event. So if they went back to the event on the main London International Shipping Week page, there'll then be another URL for them to click on, which will take them directly to that particular event page. Now, if I haven't registered for that, I won't be able to access this event page. It will only be those that have registered who will actually be able to access this information here. So as you can see, this is very similar to the other page. just less information on. So it will have the attendees that have registered just for this specific event. This will start to populate here. There'll be the agenda, so you can include some more information about what is going to be discussed on for this particular session. And again, there'll be a My Event tab as well, which will start to include more information or their personalized area of the app. Now, in order for you to build your event site, you will have access to what we call the studio. So if I go on to edit event, this will take me to the studio side of things, in which I will just go through the basic information that you will need to know in order to build your event site. So along the left-hand side, we've got some tabs, and I'll go straight to event settings. So the general tab at the top here, this is where you can choose to add some branded colors. So the navigation, main actions and text colors here, so they fit in theme with your event. And you can also add a background image. We do support GIFs, so if it is something, if you'd like to have a moving background, a bit more interactive, you can add these as well. The next thing is in this section is the integrations. So what you're able to do is you're able to connect registration systems to Swapcard. This means that as soon as someone registers via Eventbrite, for example, they will automatically populate into your event Swapcard platform, so that you don't have to worry about importing or adding them yourselves at any point. It will do it automatically. So it's really easy. You can click connect to registration system here and Eventbrite here, and then you just need to follow the on-screen steps in order to connect the two together. After this, we'll go to event home. So this is where you can add your event image. So this is the image at the top of the homepage. So you can add that here. Again, as you can see, that a GIF has been used. You can also add a video header as well. So if you want to have like a longer welcome video or something a bit more interactive, then you can do so. You'll have your buttons already created, but what you can do is you can edit these. So if I click on the pencil icon, you can change the color to any color that you'd like, and you can also add a background image. The background image will then have the blue color hue over it. If you don't want to have a background image at all, as in this example here, you don't have to. If I scroll down, you have the opportunity to add some basic information about your event. So we've got the date, the time, and you can have a summary of maybe what's to be discussed. I'm then going to take you to event data section. Now, if you're using the integration, this section here will start to populate with all the people that have registered to your event using Eventbrite. We do have some other options available for you to add in your registrants or those that are registered. So if you can click add people here, you have the option to download an Excel template, which you'll just need to complete the mandatory columns. It's very self-explanatory. Save it and then re-upload it. You can also add individuals manually as well if you want. I'll then take you to the Sessions tab. Now this is where you'll actually upload the session information. So you can add session here and click create manually. This is when you can then add the session name, you can add a header image here, the date and the time of your session. This is where you then select the session format. So if I click on the information button, these are the different session formats that we have available with just an explanation. So if it's in person, it would be in person, because in video is not necessary. We've got live stream and we've also got pre-recorded. So for the live stream and the pre-recorded, if you select either of these, you'll then need to add your video ID. So you would have to select if it's YouTube or Vimeo that you're using, and then add the ID in this place here and then click Add Stream. Once this is done, this means that when it comes to the date and the time of your session, it will automatically play and replace the header image so that people can watch it virtually. You can also add a description about the session here if you like. And we also have a live discussion window as well that's optional. So if you have it enabled, I'll show you from a user's perspective. This is how it will look for the session. So it will give the users and the audience an opportunity to chat amongst themselves about the topics being discussed, ask questions to the speakers, and the speakers can even have polls through their session. So you as the organisers can actually create a poll and launch these at any time that you want. So it's just really increasing that engagement and interaction with the audience. The last thing I need to show you is the analytics section. So this will take us to the analytics dashboard, which gives you an overview of the activity on your event site. So you can just see what people are doing and how they're using it and what they're looking at. And then you will also be able to download detailed statistics. So a button will appear here in the top right-hand corner for you to do this, and you'll be able to download for all that juicy information at any point that you would like to. Now that's everything covered from my side. Thank you very much for your time.